Okay, let's clean our fountain pens and let's start with Pilot Kakuno in my case. So Kakuno is pretty easy to disassemble. All you need is just some cloth. I prefer high quality microfiber cloth because they have less lint on it. And you just firmly grab it and pull like so. Okay. So we have our nib. So I just swoosh it like this, and almost all the stuff is gone immediately, which is great. Now we need to dry it out. So I'll just damp it with my cloth, and it's already clean. Very nice. With my tweezers, like large tweezers, I'll take out the feeder and just move it like this, left and right, back and forth. And you can see it's working. Now, this is pretty clean already. However, I'll take another paper towel. I'll damp it and I'll hold it by one end first. Then I can take my toothbrush. I already cleaned my teeth, so I don't need it anymore. And I'll just get into those grooves. Make sure there aren't any important electronics around, because those drops will get right there and ruin it, including your laptop. Don't ask me how I know it. Now I'll take another end of my feeder here, and I'll clean this side as well with another paper towel that is clean. I can double check if everything is gone. Oh, there was a little bit on the tip. Let's check it again. Yep, there's something. I think in this slit there's something there. So let me wash it a bit more. Okay, checking again with the paper towel. Alright, looks like everything is clean. Take out the cartridge and set it aside. You don't want to wash cartridge with any of your parts because cartridge contains a lot of ink. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of ink inside, so we need to get rid of it. I'll do it with a syringe first. Just pour some water there. And almost everything is gone completely. Right, if you have one of those extra tiny little brushes for the drinking straws, you can use that, but I don't have one, so I'll just use what I have. Okay, so there are still some traces of ink there, but it won't get out, and also it won't stain the paper towel, which means I cannot reach it at all. And honestly, it's not that big of a deal, so I'll just keep it like that for now. So there's no need cleaning the body of the pen, so I'll just place it there. Ink inside the cap, so just to be fancy, I'll add some water with a syringe there. As you can see, it goes through these holes in the cap, so that's nice. Okay, and I'll just roll some paper towel within the cap. And as you can see, it's pretty clean, so we can stop there. Okay, so the Kakuno parts are ready, so I'll just keep them here for now. And let's get to the Lamy. The nib is pretty tricky to get out, it won't come off easily, which might be a good thing actually. So I'll just remove the cartridge right away. This is not a cartridge, sorry, this is a converter. I'll place the body back, and what I'll do is I'll take a little piece of electric tape, put it on my thumb, and I'll just slide off the nib like that. And then I can easily slide it back on with the same motion. Like this. Okay. If you don't have an electric tape, you can use Scotch tape, because I think it also adds the grip. Okay, so as you can see, the Lamy's nib has way more grooves and different sides to it, and more ink stuck in those grooves. So I'll use the toothbrush to clean it. Looks clean, although there's a little spot there. Yeah, so that part won't come off. I cannot even scrape it off with a metal, so that means it's there. Feeder is easier to take out, just pull it. Like so. And rinse it. And again, after the first rinse, I can damp it with a paper towel to see how much ink is still there. Quite a lot, actually. And always be careful and mind this tube in the feeder, because it's quite thin and can be easily damaged if you are not careful. And again, with a toothbrush, I'll go in and clean all that stuff out. This is a very groovy feeder. Okay, and also there is a little opening inside for ink to flow, so I can rinse it with a syringe from one side and from the other one. Let me double check again. It looks like this is clean. Now the handle. I mean the grip part. So Lamy has those cool rings. So we can take it off. Merge this part. Move it around. Everything should come off easily, because this is a not carbon-based ink. This is just a regular writing ink. So as you can see, the part that receives cartridge or converter got some ink there. Okay, so the next thing is to roll a little red tail like that and push it through the tube inside like so. And if you need to, pull it with tweezers. And just roll it there inside and let it scrape all that ink. And you can do it a couple more times. Okay, now I'll clean the space between the tube and the ferrule or grip. Like so. As usual, there's always one last pesky drop that won't come out. Okay, so I place the paper towel within and outside of the tube and I squeeze it with my tweezers and I just rotate the grip part and hopefully it will get everything out. So it looks like we got everything out. Okay. All right. Now let's put it here. So the body of the pen got some stuff inside, so I'll just rinse it quickly. And also I'll clean the thread part. Yeah, and always be careful with the logo if you don't want the foil to come off. Okay, and the cap also can use some cleaning, so this Lamy got some use over the years and there are some scratches within the cap and some ink stuck in it. So I guess I'll just have to do my best to clean them out. But if some of it is left there, that's fine. Because some cleaning is done to maintain the performance and good mechanical and functionality qualities of the pen, and the other part of the cleaning is aesthetics. So usually I care more about first one. But if you can make things pretty, you can try. That cap inside is almost completely clean, but let's push it further and see if something is on the very bottom of it. No, it looks fine. It even got the stamp of the tip. Okay, and let's change the water. Okay, now we can put all these parts here, the ones that contained ink or came into a contact with ink. And just in case, we'll rinse this feeder again. And this one. Let's put them here. Paper towel on top. Okay, and looks very clean to me. Okay, so these are good. I'll place them there. So the nib, Kakuno nib, is spotless and shiny. Let's double check the Lamy nib. Okay, looks nice and clean as well. And I think I see something inside there. That's why it's nice to rinse it in a clean water, because it reveals everything. Okay, looks like we got it. So this transparent grip part is very easy to check because you can see everything. And there are a few spots there as well. Okay, now it's clean. Oh, a little reflection there. It's nice. Okay, now it's almost completely dry. We can put it together. And Let's start with a Kakuno. Put together the body and the grip part first, and then you hold it in your preferred writing position because you want to align the nib properly to the angle that you write at. So now you want to align the nib with the feeder, and it is very easy to do with Kakuno because Kakuno's feeder has these grooves here and here, and you can perfectly place your nib there firmly and hold it like this. And again, you put this part in a writing position and you push it inside like so. You can even use some soft cloth and make sure it's firm. So don't push it too hard, just firm enough for it to set inside. There, all clean. Now the Lamy, same thing at the beginning, don't forget your ring, because as we all know, the ring should belong to its master. With Lamy, there's only 2 notches for the fingers here, so you can't really put your nib upside down. You take your feeder and take the paper towel just in case. Hold it firmly and then carefully slide it on top. It should go relatively easy. Okay, and don't do any rapid movements and apply too much force because, first of all, you can bend or crack some stuff, and second of all, you don't want to poke your fingers or something. Let's double check that there is no debris inside. Looks nice. Okay. And carefully we can slide it back in. And there should be nice and satisfying click. So let me try to capture it. Let's place the cap. All right, it's all neat and clean now. And we can go back to sketching or drawing or writing or any other activities. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.